So week 3. So currently I'm traveling, visiting Los Angeles for the first time. So I'm currently at an Airbnb with my friends, but I want to cover week 3. So definitely week 3 is the most intense, like in terms of intensity, out of the 3 weeks. And for squat, it was like very, very hard. And my good morning squat pattern showed up. Like this 350 over warm-up single was fine. Totally normal compared to the 2 other singles I did in week 1 and week 2. But you can see once I start doing the 335 for 4 sets of 3, the good morning pattern started showing up. And while doing these 4 sets, my 5th set, the reps to failure, I wasn't sure if I was going to get more than 4, but I ended up getting 6. But the good morning pattern is definitely apparent, and it's something that you want to fix. Maybe it's relatively weaker quads compared to my lower back, so my lower back is taking over, but it's something that I need to be more conscious about, and squatting with thinking about more of my legs and making sure my back angle is the same at my descent, and when I come up, it's, I'm pushing more through my quads. So it's something that I have to consciously think about and not just squat to get the reps. And incline bench also went pretty well, which the sets are coming up. Again, 215 over warm-up single. And the weight was, heavier than the last 2 weeks. It's 175 for 4 sets of 5 with an AMRAP. And AMRAP was no problem, got 12 reps. So the main thing today, on this day, is just a squat. And squat is the most important lift to me out of all of the lifts, so it's something that I do want to improve. I don't seem to have more of the good morning pattern on high bar squats, and I think high bar squats needs to be stable for me in order to improve low bar squat. But at the same time, I need to be aware of the pattern that I'm ingraining for low bar squat in order to actually fix low bar squat. I can't just make my quads stronger and then rely on that to fix my low bar squat good morning pattern, right? I want to attempt to fix the pattern consciously when I'm doing the low bar squat. So this is day 1, and for accessories I did, again, hip thrusts, Bulgarian split squats, and also some pull-ups, which I've been doing unassisted and assisted, right? Which my pull-ups and inch number have been going up a little bit because of the frequency that I'm doing, lat pull downs as well. And then at the end, I ended the workout with face pulls. So that's day 1. One massive pro of the Bulgarian method that I did for almost 200 days is the fact that you get to practice your squat and bench so often, right? And because I modified the program where I took out overhead press and put in bench and incline bench, so I'm benching 5 times a week, and doing that really allows me to get practice with the movement of different variations, but also because of the reps to failure, most of the sets are relatively submaximal, so I can practice my form and ingrain the right motor patterns. And the AMRAP, if my motor pattern's messed up a little bit, it's more of like a way for me to practice that motor pattern that I've been practicing the 4 sets before the AMRAP, right? So I really like that. 2 plates is not that heavy in terms of weight for me on bench, but I was only able to get 6 reps on this. So the target is 6 reps. I'm okay with that, but I do want to get more than 6 on my rep targets. But I do like that I'm getting, again, in the groove of things and practicing the right motor patterns, the right skill for the lift, right, for bench press. So high bar, I think with squats, especially high bar and pause squats, the 2 auxiliary lifts on this program, I'm getting more confident with the AMRAPs, right? I'm getting more used to really grinding out these sets and knowing how to grind again, knowing how to push yourself beyond the limit at a very frequent level, right? For this high bar squats, this over warm-up single didn't move that fast. Things like RP 8.5, which is, a bit higher on the RP scale than I like. But for the AMRAP, I was able to get 12 reps with 260 pounds, with the rep target being 10. So I did really well, I think, and I'm happy with beating out the rep target by 2. But it's definitely, I can see it definitely being a heavy carryover, a strong carryover to hitting heavier weights in the last 7 weeks of the program, especially, and being able to have that stamina and that work capacity carry over and help with heavier lifts, where you're peaking for that last 6 weeks and then deload and then test, right? And with high bar squats, I'm able to be more upright and do less of a good morning. So I think I'm using my quads more and really activating my quads for quad hypertrophy, but also for carryover to low bar squats, which is the goal. But yeah, for accessories, again, same thing as last week. I did lat pull downs for the prescribed back exercise on every day of the week, and then skull crushers and lateral raises and hammer curls with some upper body accessories. I might, for the next cycle, or maybe the next after this program, after 21 weeks, I might put in some dumbbell bench as an auxiliary lift, or maybe after incline bench, just like 2 or 3 sets to really get a deep stretch and like not having too heavy of a weight, but being able to go lower and get that deep stretch with the pecs by doing dumbbell bench, which is kind of the advantage with dumbbell bench, right? It's you can isolate each arm and you can go deeper with the stretch on the pec. So I might use that. Maybe that'll help me become stronger off the chest for bench. But that's something I'm gonna do maybe in the next cycle or after the whole program is over, like the first run, right? Anyways, that's my day 2. Day 3 is where it gets interesting. For my deadlift form, you see, I used to I'm trying out a new setup basically, where I am just hinging down and trying to keep my back as flat as possible and grabbing the bar, which you see my back rounds a little bit, and then trying to pull out the slack and tighten and squeeze into the bar from there. I think that works, honestly, better for me than rising my hips and trying to get momentum from that. And as you can see, my 355, basically no rounding at all, like at least with my long ass torso. But with 395 with a belt on, it does look like I'm rounding a little bit more, but I think to me this is fine. And that moved pretty well. And today, right, week 3, it's kind of a heavier deadlift day. It's pretty difficult, but it went better than I expected. So last week it was 350, and for the reps to failure, I got 9 on the last set. And this is 375 and 2 sets of 3, and then for the AMRAP I got 7. I was thinking I might just get 6, but I'm really happy that I got 7. And I'll talk about my sumo deadlift in day 5, but that went even better in my opinion. But anyways, that's deadlift. And then on this day I also did spoto press, which was pretty difficult because with spoto press with multiple reps, heavier the weight is for me, it's harder for me to really maintain the pause right above my chest. It's still not that difficult, but as the weight gets harder, you really need to be mindful of like the descent of the each rep, and making sure that you pause at the same spot and pausing for the same duration, which I tried as best as I can. And spoto press went decently well. For the AMRAP, I did 195 as well as 4 sets of 5 before that, and I hit 11 on the reps to failure, with the rep target being 10. So I'm very happy about that. With the accessories, or should I say assistance exercises, I did the barbell rows, the back exercise, 4 sets. With my barbell rows, I haven't recorded them since week 1, but I really do them with the horizontal back, trying to mimic my back angle from deadlifts. And then I did good mornings, which I used to usually do 195 for like 3 sets of 8 to 10. I used to do 185, 175. Now for this day 3, I did 215 for 3 sets of 8, and it wasn't even that bad. So I'm gonna probably keep it there, keep it under 2 plates for now, and just increase the reps, maybe to 10 reps. I don't want to really go past 2 plates on good mornings yet, because I'm feeling lower back a bit more than I like. So yeah, I need to watch out on that. And then after that, did some hamstring curls, single leg, going really hard on that as a finisher to my lifts, and then face pose at the end. That's day 3. Now enjoy the rest of my lifts for day 3, and we'll go to day 4. Day 4, very happy about how the touch and go bench went. 235 for 4 triples, and then for AMRAP I got 7. Nothing too special to note here. I'm just practicing my form, and I like that I'm dealing with heavier weights again. In terms of the working sets, right? The 4 sets of 3 reps or 4 reps or 5 reps. And I really like that for weeks 4, 5, 6, so the next 3 weeks, the weights go up compared to weeks 1, 2, and 3, but the rep target go down by 1, right? Like for week 1, it was the goal is to get 10 reps on the AMRAP for your squat, your low bar squat, for example. But for week 4, it's 9 reps, but the weight is heavier, right? So I like that a lot. And the goal is to maybe, for example, for 290 for low bar squat on week 1, I got 11, right? I'm doing 300 for week 4. So maybe I should try to get 11 again. If I get 11 again, that means I beat the rep target by 2, but I matched 290 by 11, but the weight is 10 pounds more, right? So it's kind of beating old AMRAPs, which is something that keeps me going, and I think it's intentional. It's an intentional factor that Greg Knuckles implemented in this program. And then now, talking about pause squats. So I really got into focus for my pause squats. These were not super hard for the working sets, 4 sets of 5, and the over warm-up single of 340. I did 345 last week, but I did 340 this week. It was very easy. And the AMRAP was very difficult actually, but I was able to kind of get myself more ready to do it, to get into it, and really being focusing on 1 rep at a time, and not trying to sacrifice the quality of each rep, and just kind of get in the zone and do it, which is very difficult because it's more of a stamina thing rather than, and a core thing, right? How long can you stand there and squat rather than something where like your legs give out or something, right? So yeah, I love pause squats. I don't know about doing more than 6 reps for a set, but it is an auxiliary, and I need to do pause squats to really hone in on strength out of the hole and reducing the good morning pattern. So I need to do pause squats. So here we are. And besides that, for accessories, I did leg press, the leg sled, not going to failure, but going close to failure there. I take like a wide stance, like a squat stance, and have my feet like on near the top of the place where you place your legs, your feet. I can't place it lower, and I can't place my legs too close, and then it hurts my knees. So I'm just squatting. I'm just doing leg press however I can without any pain, and I'm still working my quads as far as I know, right? You're just probably working hamstrings and the posterior chain a little more, besides lower back. So here's my reps to failure, 11 reps. And then, so besides that, I did, leg press, leg extensions, and also the back exercise, which is chin-ups, which we'll see coming up. So I have my knee sleeves on, so chin-ups is actually right after pause squats, but I've been doing, the pause squats, and then the leg press, and then leg extensions, and then ending the workout with chin-ups. And this first set, I was very happy to get 5 reps with unassisted. My best chin-ups, like weighing like 10 pounds less, was like 6. And being able to get 5, maybe the last rep is a little bit short of full rep, but being able to get 5, weighing 10, 11, 12 pounds more, I'm very happy with that. So I want to really get 10 chin-ups weighing the same, which will be amazing. And I think that will help me with my bench, especially with being more having a stronger base, more muscular base for my upper back for bench. So I do the 5 reps unassisted, and I do a few more reps assisted, going into like RP 8.59. So that's day 4. Day 5 is where things get a bit more interesting. So around day 5 is where around this time I had a big work presentation, and I think that was giving me a bit of stress, which kind of threw me off a little bit in terms of focus. Like, I focused very well on this day 5, but I made a couple mistakes. One thing is the weight for this day is actually 205, but because last week on week 2 of day 5 I didn't put in my numbers, my close grip bench was 200 pounds. But because I got 15 reps on the reps to failure, I was supposed to do 205 this week. So for my working sets, I did 200 pounds for four sets of 5 instead of 205. I noticed that right before my AMRAP. So for my AMRAP, I upped it to 205, which I don't think that matters that much for the working sets because it's just 5 pounds. But, for the past 2 weeks, I've been killing my rep targets for close grip. First week was 18 reps, your target is 14. Last week was 15, I got 15, and then the rep target was 12. And this week, I only got 10, which is the rep target, right? It wasn't RP 10, but it was RP 9.5. So a little disappointed, but I think close grip is getting heavier, and I wasn't having the greatest day today in terms of upper body, so I'll take it. And then sumo deadlift is what was interesting. So I my over warm up singles for sumo deadlift, week 1 was 400 pounds, week 2 was 405, I think. And for week 3 on this day, I did 415. It was like RP 6.5. It was really easy. I forgot to record it though because I was really focused. But as you can see, I'm setting up also differently compared to last week's sumo deadlift. I'm just trying to get down and trying to stay behind the bar, like going behind a glass wall as best as I can. But I have a really long torso and short arms in comparison to my torso. But basically, I'm just pulling out the slack and just trying to shove my hips in as hard as I can without having to move my hips all the way back. I think that makes me lose kind of tightness, and you want to be tight on sumo deadlifts. But that 365 belt lift moved very well. 415 moved basically that fast with a belt. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if I hit 500 pounds on sumo deadlifts by the end of this program. Like a clean 500. I'm not talking about like a hitched one, which I can probably do right now. I want to do a clean, as clean as I can in terms of my leverages. But as you can see, I recorded a side view, and you can see that my shoulders are a bit over the bar. But I think that's just how I sumo deadlift. Maybe it's hard for me to keep behind the bar or like my shoulders directly above the bar because of kind of my short arms. But also for this reps to failure, I could just reset and like pull the slack completely every time, but instead I just do the reps. The over warm-up single and the warm-up sets, I was able to feel my quads on sumo deadlift. So I think I'm going to just pull sumo this way for now, and I think it's the cleanest way I can do it, and see if my sumo deadlift goes anywhere. And there's a small possibility that I might make sumo deadlift my main lift again, even though I like doing conventional as well, so we'll see. So I'll end the video with these one-arm farmer walks, which I'm trying to do to increase my core strength for squats especially, but also for deadlifts. These are really hard, and basically I have to maintain my posture instead of leaning towards one side. And 55 pounds is not a lot. I used to do these both handed with like 70 pounds a few years ago, and I think I wasn't doing with the right form because I was letting my body sag down, right? So I'm trying to maintain my torso, making it rigid. So I'll be doing this at the end of the week on day 5. Takes about 10 minutes. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. For week 4, you will see me working out in Los Angeles, and we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Peace.